Liberals like to pretend that they know best, but those sentiments always seem to blow up in their face when their policies fail. Proving that most recently, an artist was recording a video while driving through California, and he managed to catch one thing on camera that the state's dirty Democrat governor does not want America to see.
Democrat policy only ends in one thing: poverty. It's everywhere you look when it comes to places where leftists are in charge. Of course, politicians are always rich fat cats, but their constituents are another story. People who receive government handouts are higher in number in Democrat-run areas, but that's not all. Along with welfare and food stamp programs running amok and higher taxes on the working class to pay for such entitlements, infrastructure also suffers as politicians decide to rob Peter to pay Paul.
Just like that, you have a popular city with areas where a vast majority of the population don't even want to go. With deteriorating communities literally rotting away in places like Detroit and Chicago, well, higher crime also becomes a factor as well. Too bad for those being forced to live under such conditions. The Democrats responsible for these atrocities do a good job at keeping the scene out of the spotlight. In fact, that was proven most recently after an artist drove through the streets run by the Democrat governor of California, Jerry Brown. According to the Gateway Pundit, a man known as Plastic Jesus decided to whip out his phone and record the one thing Democrats don't want you to know: what it's really like living under their reign. As can be seen in the footage since shared on Instagram, homeless people have literally taken over the sidewalks on Skid Row in Los Angeles. Even worse yet, the footage was recorded on Christmas Day. Democrats want you to think that their lies and policies are all for the greater good, but this is what you really get. With homelessness on the rise in places controlled by the left, it's hard to see why they think they're actually helping. Los Angeles has an estimated 20,000 homeless people living on the street, mainly in Skid Row, downtown LA. Many have erected tents and tarps to form shelter. The area is considered to be one of the most dangerous places in LA. Amongst the homeless are women and children. It's evident after a drive around that many have mental health problems. The area is home to a number of shelters and rescue missions providing shelter to the lucky few and food. The U.S. is ranked as one of the wealthiest nations on Earth, but also home to some of the poorest. Source: Live Leak. Sadly, it seems that the Democrats don't really care. Not only are their so-called utopias virtually crumbling away, but they refuse to make changes despite watching the same people they promised to once help continue to suffer, in some cases, worse than before. Homelessness is a big problem here in America and has led many to believe that no foreign aid should be given